everyone, I'm Donna Steele, and this is an FNN News Break. In criminal justice news, former Empire actor Jussie Smollett was recently convicted of staging a hate crime. The linchpin in the case was the Subway sandwich the actor had in his possession at the time of the alleged incident. Police maintain that had there been an actual crime, that sandwich would not have made it home in one piece, or even at all, as it did in this case. The disgraced thespian was found guilty of lying to police about being assaulted almost 3 years ago by two masked men shouting racial slurs at 2 a.m. in sub-zero temperatures. Despite the outlandish story, Smollett received an outpouring of support from many high-profile celebrities who might now feel a little foolish. On the bright side, however, the Subway Sandwich Company is currently in negotiations with Mr. Smollett to be their new spokesperson. While this move may seem controversial, the Subway Sandwich Company released a statement saying that they believe after their last spokesperson, Jared, went on to become a sex offender, this would definitely be a move in the right direction.
Subway? Sandwiches?
In social media news, a TikTok teen has gone viral for complaining about the car her parents gave her for her 18th birthday. Although she insisted she meant her comments in the, quote, most non-brat way possible, Twitter followers couldn't help but notice that was exactly how she sounded. Doubling down on her stance, the teen went on to say that the tan minivan with personalized license plates must have been a sick joke, as she truly has the worst parents in the world. As evidence to back up this claim, she cited examples of previous parental birthday blunders, such as the time she got a sailboat instead of a yacht, the time her parents bought her round-trip tickets to Italy instead of France, and finally, the time she received a pony instead of the unicorn she'd been dreaming about since she was a little girl.
Surprise! Oh God, that's right. Ponies like food, don't they? Oh boy.
In other news, a woman was recently caught trying to breastfeed a hairless cat on a flight from New York to Georgia. When politely asked by flight attendants to put the cat back in the carrier, she refused. To make matters worse, the cat began screaming as it struggled to get free. Thinking it might end the awkward situation, the flight staff then informed the feline fanatic that women may only breastfeed their own babies on board a flight. However, the woman claimed to identify as a hairless cat and that she was feeding her baby after all. Not wanting to come off as feline phobic and risk the wrath of a Twitter mob, the crew came up with a new plan. One of the flight attendants approached her, identifying as a lonely, unmarried, older woman. The Catwoman tacitly followed her to a nearby seat and curled up at her feet. They had no more trouble from her for the rest of the flight.
As I transition from woman to cat, I must insist on being referred to as a cat.
Objection. She's not a cat, Your Honor.
In music news, the lead singer of the band Brass Against was recently caught in a scandal after urinating on a fan. As viral video footage shows, she allegedly informed the audience that nature was calling and thought it would be a good idea to make it part of the show. Inviting an unsuspecting fan from the front row to the stage, the singer continued with her set, then instructed the man to lie down. To everyone's surprise, she then dropped her pants, squatted, and peed all over the man's face. You might think this was a cheap, repulsive, pathetic publicity stunt by a band with so little confidence in their talent that they would compensate by being as depraved as possible in the hopes of garnering a headline or going viral. Or you might just be kidding yourself. I just hope there wasn't an encore.
If I had to, I'd pee on any one of you.
In disaster news, a blushing bride in Florida may have had the worst wedding in recorded history. Feeling faint, the soon-to-be newlywed collapsed and vomited mere minutes into the ceremony. Thinking on her feet, one of the bridesmaids offered assistance as she quickly began fanning the bride. However, she happened to be holding the bride's baby nephew, who decided to take an untimely poop in his less-than-snug diaper. As the groom tried to lend a hand, the sight and smell of poop and puke triggered his gag reflex, which in turn caused the officiant to heave as well. Next to lose her lunch was the maid of honor, followed by the best man. Before long, everyone in attendance was puking. At the end of the day, the wedding bill had doubled to cover the cost of cleaning. On the bright side, all that vomiting helped the bride achieve her bikini body in time for her honeymoon in Cabo. I'm Donna Steele, and this has been an FNN News Break.